Welcome to day 9 of Aligned Alien April. My name is Sumedh Chatterjee. I'm a flow state specialist. Today we're going to be talking all around the Horus eye and Horus, the falcon god himself. Horus is most associated with my third eye or Ajna chakra. It's interesting because the eye of Horus is split into 6 parts for our 6 senses, and he's most associated with my 6th chakra.
Oh my god!
You take 6, you flip it upside down, it's 9. Today is day 9. He's also one of the main gods of the Ennead, which means 9 in Egyptology. 9 is also associated with the dragon, if you didn't know. So we call this specific flow state deity Horus or Brother Heru. Her is just associated with the Most High, right? The god of the sky. All praise to the Most High.
Yeah, boy.
Horus is the falcon god of light, of yang energy. He represents the light of our conscious awareness, whereas Seth, who goes against him, is the shadow. The shadow is just the unconscious, anything that stands outside of the light, so it's just hidden. So really, on our journey of attaining Horus consciousness, we've got to do shadow work, and this is the process of Primal Sutra. Okay, go to primalsutra.com to set up your first 15-minute call with us to see if you're a right fit for this path working. But you can also maybe have a pact with Horus. We've already done a pact with Horus for a particular client of ours who seems to be serving quite well from that agreement. So standing at the edge of our awareness is Seth, and then we have the light of consciousness itself, the creative force, which is Horus. Whenever I channel Horus, he speaks in this thick Egyptian accent.
My father told you that?
And he has a really keen sense of humor, but he also holds himself very sovereign. Well, because he is royalty, so he definitely has that nobility vibe about him.
You are too kind, Your Majesty.
Got lots of stamina.
He also is a child who survived a mortal snake bite where he asked Thoth or Hermes to help him. So as I've channeled this energy, what he's told me is I'm here to help you attain your spiritual body, also known as the Ankh. And that's why the symbol Ankh suddenly came into my life. It wasn't important before that. He told me that. I just thought it was a representation of yin and yang, similar in the Egyptian context. Now I know there's something greater happening here. Eye of Horus is actually giving us the illumination of the pineal gland. And so it's no surprise that it's associated most with my third eye. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some birds outside the window right now who come squawking in the middle of this video. The eagle is said to be the only bird that can steer directly at the sun. Just like when we've attained the consciousness of this falcon energy, we can stare directly at our forefather, the absolute source, God himself or itself. The falcon teaches me about my top strength. My greatest strength on planet Earth has been revealed to me, and that is perspective. I give you a unique perspective in looking at this thing. I'm not giving you the ordinary ways, right? These are different angles that I'm giving you. This is exactly what Horus teaches me, or Brother Heru teaches us in our Primal Sutra Pathworking. He teaches us to see things from different perspectives. Higher perspective, but also neutral perspective, right? Sometimes we need to neutralize in order to rise, he says. There's also a lot of symbols associated with Christianity in the falcon and the wings spreading up into the light of consciousness or God. So to be baptized, to be resurrected or reborn, to be awakened, all of these themes are shown through Horus, and some have even equated Horus to Yeshua or Jesus Christ sometimes in certain workings. What Horus tells me in regards to that, he is connected to that frequency or that state of consciousness. It's very similar, he says. So it's basically maybe split through different walks of life or different paradigms or similar stories around the globe connecting him to this. So that was the best answer that he could give at the time. Now we're trying to head to South America, and in South America there are these stories of these eagles crouching on these serpents because primordial life force is associated with the serpent energy, risen up from the basket of Isis to achieve a seat in Shambhala or Kundalini. Basically, you have to gain your wings or gain your merit in order to fly with this Horus state of consciousness. Mainly, Horus helps us with focus. That's why he's associated with the flow state, okay? Medicine, arts, mysticism. He covers all of it. His eyes represent the power of the sun and the healing nature of the moon. Also, it's interesting, when we asked the deities for this little challenge or contest, the question was, how would you define flow state? This is what Horus had to say, and I thought it was very, very powerful. Check it out right here. So he's actually told me that the sleep-wake cycle controlled by the pineal gland, right, the melatonin, has everything to do with the delta waves being produced and the flow cycle, okay? So the flow cycle basically is your sleep-wake cycle, he says. He helps with kingship, okay, kingliness, which is next to godliness, protection, being a god of the sky, so higher level awareness and perspective. He's also the son of Isis and Osiris, okay? Think about that. Osiris is obviously the god of the underworld, so you know that that represents that sense of death or transformation. He basically represents a kind of level-headed peak performance style of monarchy or royal government. I mean, Horus is a really interesting character, man. If you understand how to focus, and what he's taught me around focus is, you have to eliminate all distractions. You have to eliminate every single distraction that is there, and almost take the excess of the distraction and symbolically like burn it or do something with it to rid yourself of that misery, he says. He associates misery with scatteredness. You see what I mean? The more focused you are on this journey of life and the more you can integrate overlaps, as he calls it, the more better you can actually get yourself towards certain results, okay? Now, the idea is not to be results focused, but to be process focused, okay? So instead of having predictive control, having process control. And when you understand how to use this Horus energy, and when you can learn how to activate your pineal gland in your third eye, which there's a lot of mixed messages out there in terms of how to do this. Of course, there's various ways to do this and, you know, speed this up, or you can just spontaneously have a Kundalini experience, like you're at a park somewhere and a beautiful, you know, breeze hits you and just, that's it, you know. However, there's also systematic ways of achieving bliss, you know, and this is what we teach here at Primal Sutra, these ecstatic states of mind and how to transform these lower emotions of terror, or maybe you're getting nightmares, maybe you're getting sleeplessness, maybe you're getting, you know, confusion in your life.
Get some help.
It's like you have no clarity. This is a good energy to work with if you want clarity, purpose, vision. You know, vision is really important in regards to Horus's energy too, because your vision is connected to your sense of identity, okay? So your vision becomes your identity eventually. And how you see yourself is very, very key here. So Horus has also taught me the idea of looking at one eye during my meditations. Horus has taught me a lot about eye posture as well, like when I'm closing my eyes, you know, and you're looking up with your eyes, you're tapping into your visual field, so your vision. So that's just a quick tweak that he's taught me to be able to quickly tap into this, right? And of course, this is confirmed by some NLP stuff too, but it's cool to know that his knowledge, you know, far predates any of these texts that we have in the modern world, okay? The ancient Egyptian tech, or the inner awakening tech, is absolutely phenomenal. And if you know, it'll teach you about your crystalline body, it'll teach you about, you know, different sound chambers and frequencies that can be maintained within a, you know, pyramidal structures. And there's a reason why we use the orgone pyramids, or the orgonite pyramids, right? Because the pyramid is very, very big in ancient Egypt. And it's a very big symbol of awakening, transformation, rebirth. And it's interesting because they used to be used as tombs for the pharaohs, right? So understand that that is a process where they're entering into the afterlife, right? Through these monuments. And, you know, the pinnacle, the peak performance, right? The top of the triangle, you got to understand, is very, very key in terms of this. Now, you might think of the Illuminati or whatever when I say that.
No! God, please, no! No!
but really it's a powerful symbol that overarches through many, many different cultures, and you can find it through many, many different cultures. It's just that, the Rosicrucian, Illuminati kind of pantheon or pathworking in terms of their own magic kind of splits off into its own thing. But it all starts from shamanism. You got to understand this. All magic of all forms in the occult basically started from shamanism, okay? They were like the first initial mystics, in a sense, of this world. So they would connect the metaphysical world with the natural world, or the nature, or animals, right? Animism and so forth. From animism to automatism, okay? Man. Sounds like a chapter of my book or something, right? My future book that I'll be writing. So, so anyway, man, Horus's energy is very, very healing and protective. The wedget eye, I'm sure you've heard of it. Carry that symbol wherever you go. I love carrying it in a locket or pendant. I even have a tattoo associated with it. So, I'm protected, I'm safe on all regards to that. Of course, starting to understand that sometimes these hieroglyphic patterns have very specific codes to them, okay, like DNA activation codes, similar to that, right? So a right sequence of hieroglyphics can actually pull something out of your subconscious mind, is what I'm being told by this energy as well. And now this, of course, I'm giving you a little bit of the secrets. You can't know everything, right? Because this is an occult practice. So obviously you've got to join the pathworking and, get in touch with me privately to learn more about this. Like, not a lot of this information is available freely on YouTube, okay? It's just not. So this is what you're going to have to do, is you're going to have to join the Primal Sutra Pathworking, the Telegram group. We do free channelings every Sunday. Every Wednesday, we do a podcast, a show on IMC TV. It's a YouTube channel. We're just giving massive value. This is social work as well. You see? Yes, him and Uncle Seth had some beef. It's more so in understanding that they are meant to be connected to each other, because the shadow and the light have got to work together on this pathwork. You get what I mean? Speed, intelligence, power. He's taught me about the convergence and divergence in terms of the flow. So like being able to go very tunnel vision and narrow focused, and then also being able to brainstorm and have ideas just come to me, and then just start, being more abstract in my thinking. So he's taught me how to first be abstract and then zoom and hone it in with the intensity later on. And this not only helps us with career, but it also helps us with things like dating and seduction, right? Because at first you can't be super intense and direct and be like, oh, you're hot or whatever, right? You've got to have this level of kind of natural playfulness, effervescence, quality. And then it slowly becomes more intense or narrow focused or tunnel vision, okay? Where you're zoning out everybody else and it's just you two. So a similar state of flow can be appreciated and approached and activated from different walks of life: health, wealth, and relationships. If you want to work with this deity, please shoot me a message. If you have any questions around this, please also shoot me a message. You got to understand something, guys. Heru is a solar deity, okay? So he is very closely related to the sun and the Ra, or the ray, okay? The rays of the sun, the Ra of the sun. So remember, the sun shines in all directions, not just one. It scatters itself, okay? It gives positivity and light in all directions, wherever it goes. It does not treat the security guard differently to the CEO. You see what I'm saying? So this is also an all-rounded, expansive, conscious light frequency that is very, very healing, very, very protective, and gives you a lot of mystical supervision and powers. I hope you guys are having an incredible day wherever it is you are. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it. Upward spiral, gang. May we never be the same again. Os.